Welcome to the new My Football Club podcast. Hello and welcome to the new My Football Club podcast. I'm your host, Augustine Sasso. You can email me at augustine.sasso@myfootballclub.co.uk. And as always, my special guest star on this show, Lord Chaz. Well, it's been a few weeks since I put out a podcast. I blame gremlins on this, which is why I only have this old talk from a few weeks ago. I spoke to Charles last about the Kent Senior Cup match against Maidstone, which we won 3-2. Charles was feeling a bit under the weather, but we still talked about the match, some of the new kids that made their debut that game, and a little bit about how the Kent Senior Cup can have some relevance again. Here now is Charles.
How about what you saw on Wednesday at the...
What did I see on Wednesday? Well, it was a bitterly cold evening, and I was one of 87 brave spectators who were lured by the magic of the Kent Senior Cup to Ashford's Homelands Stadium, southeast of Ashford in East Kent. And it's one of those places where you put the postcode, or the zip code as you would call it, in your sat-nav, and it takes you to a field in the middle of nowhere, and then you realise that the football ground isn't there. And there were several Fleet fans spending a lot of time trying to find a place, but we did in the end, in pitch black of course. And when we got there, it was an entertaining game, played by two very young sides. Maidstone had a few trialists, as well as the Fleet with a very young side. I think Connor Otis was the only player that started the game that started on Saturday at Droylsden, but there was also a chance for Ashley Carew and for Dean Pooley to show what they could do. But the man who really grabbed his chance was Gareth Williams, because the Fleet went behind early on, but Williams got 2 goals to pull them through and got the winner in time added on right at the end of the game, and it looked as though we were headed for extra time. And not only did Gareth Williams do well, but there were 2 other young Williams lads, the twins, Aaron and Adam, in the side. And Aaron set up a goal for Adam Williams, and that was a nice effort from close range. And he looks as though he's got something about him. He looks capable of being in the right place at the right time to put the ball in the back of the net. And all in all, I think it was just a game that everybody was pleased that we got out of the way, and we did it successfully, and moved on to the next round, which I think is almost the quarterfinals of the Kent Senior Cup, which is not high on the list of any club's priorities at the moment, but Liam was there to cast an eye over his young players, and I know that he was delighted that Gareth Williams got a couple of goals, which should do his confidence no harm at all. Gareth found it a bit difficult in front of goal this season since he joined from Wanderers. But up at Droylsden last week, I mean, he was rifling the ball in from all angles and was very unlucky not to score up there. But at Ashford, he's got a couple of goals, and maybe that will do him the world of good as the Fleet looks to face another one of his old clubs tomorrow when Bromley comes to Stonebridge Road.
Yes, and that's going to be a great game, no doubt. Obviously important. But, one thing I wanted to say, I guess I wanted to make a prediction, or I have a sense for Bromley. Now, they got off to a great start, and they're just sort of, they've fallen off a bit. It reminds me of another team in a similar league, and they won their first 6 games, and then they just finished third. And so I just wonder about those fast starts.
Well, I think every manager will tell you it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah.
You know, and it's what you do over the course of a season that matters, and not how you start or how you finish, but it's how you accumulate your points, you know, in a steady, consistent manner. And it's not always the boys that get up to the great start that end up winning the silverware at the end of the season. Yeah, Bromley, they got up to a good start. But they've had one or two setbacks, not least of which they found their finances under pressure. That meant that some players have left the club, including John Scarborough, one of their best defenders who started his career as a youngster with Ebbsfleet. He's gone on to Lewis. And only last week we saw the departure of their manager, Mark Goldberg. He thought he's gone as far as he can go with the club. So, you know, the structure within Bromley Football Club is under a lot of pressure, and I don't think it gives them a lot of encouragement as they go into what is going to be a tough stretch to the end of the season.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So that's a lot that's happened to them. Well, I mean, I think it'll be a tough game tomorrow, but we beat them in the FA trophy, and then we tied. We tied them 1-1, but the FA trophy was, you know, the better indicator of form for us. So.
Well, the FA trophy was more recent, but we played them in the league earlier in the season, and it was 0-0 at Hayes Lane. But that was the period when the Fleet was still bedding in as a unit, and probably the Fleet have improved during the course of the season as they've grown an understanding. Whilst Bromley, you know, entered this period of instability. Although, you know, we are being troubled by a couple of injuries. One called Scott Ginty, who's hardly featured at all this season. And now we've got Derek Duncan on the sidelines with a hamstring injury, and we need him back, although his replacement, Ryan Blake, has played very well for the Fleet since he's come in. But we could still do with scoring a few more goals up front to give ourselves a bit more of a fighting chance, you know, when it comes to looking at the position at the end of the season, because, you know, a good goal difference is almost worth a point to you.
Yeah. All right, well, listen, Charles, I'm going to let you go. Let's, you know, maybe we can talk another time about refiguring the Kent Cup, so that it's, you know, make suggestions so that it's a more worthwhile tournament. You know, people will take it somewhat seriously.
Yeah, certainly the Kent Senior Cup needs to undergo some change if it's going to have any viability at all, because, you know, if a game between Maidstone and Ebbsfleet can only attract 87 people, it's a sad indictment that the competition is not only taken not seriously by the clubs, but the fans don't take it seriously either. Yeah. And it really needs to be reinvigorated in some way, and that needs the help of the KCFA, possibly the Football Association, the clubs themselves, and, you know, fans have got ideas of how it should improve, then I think they should put them forward, because otherwise the competition, I think, is in danger of disappearing, whereas in other counties, you know, the competition has got such power. In Hampshire, for instance, the Fleet lost a league game against Eastleigh because the Hampshire FA insisted it take the Hampshire Senior Cup tie involving Eastleigh took precedence over the league game, which is a ridiculous state of affairs. But, you know, it does need to be revamped. And whether it becomes a pre-season tournament or they change the disciplinary rules that apply, I don't know, but it's certainly got to be improved if clubs are going to stay interested.
Yeah, no, I agree. I just wonder if maybe it's not the success of Kent teams in general in the trophy, in the FA Trophy, or in the FA Cup. I wonder if that has something to do with it, that the quality of the teams in Kent is higher, and so they're all playing these other tournaments. I'm just, I'm just remembering a remark I had heard about the canteen. So I don't know if that's true.
I don't think so. I mean, if you look at the Blue Square South at the moment, you've got Dover, Dartford, Ebbsfleet, Bromley, Welling, they're all in the pot. You look at Essex, they've got Thurrock, Chelmsford, Braintree, Bishop Stortford. Essex has got a similar number. Hampshire, I think they've got Havant and Waterlooville. They've got Basingstoke. There are other counties with similar problems, and I don't think the Kent problems are particularly unique to Kent. But maybe Kent could be a bit more dynamic in how they reposition the competition.
All right. Yes, I agree. All right. Well, Charles, let me let you go. Please feel better and have fun. I will talk to you in a few weeks.
Yep. I'm going to try and shake off this flu. I've got some business to do overseas, and we'll talk at some point when I get back, and hopefully we'll still be talking about some fleet successes.
Yes. All right. Thank you again, and take care.
You take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, back to the Gremlins. I was going to put up an interview that I did with Scott Ginty, but that recording had too much noise in it. Totally unlistenable. That was one show. Scott was kind enough to make himself available next week, and I hope to touch base with him and have a little chat with him. A few days later after that, I spoke with someone from Lewis FC. Another great talk, but this time totally unlistenable. Again, more noise. He too graciously agreed to be interviewed again, so look for that in the coming weeks. I need to upgrade my recording technology at home, because when I'm at work the recordings are fine, but at home they're just not so good. Well, I'm afraid that this show is going to be a turning point for the podcast. Charles is taking a much needed break from the show, which means I'm going to have to find another a person that's willing to get on the phone and talk to me about the matches. You've got my email, so if you're just dying to talk about Ebbsfleet, review the games, I'm here for you. In the meantime, I'll keep doing the updates. You'll probably hear more interviews with other people, players, team officials, in the coming weeks. But it won't be the same without Lord Chaz's dulcet tones passionately talking about the fleet. And now, what's burning up the forums? On the MYFC website, we've got a proposal for the publication of EUFC management accounts. That proposal runs till Sunday, February 13th. Be sure to take a look at it and vote on it. So the voting ends next week. Now, 2 votes, they're going to end soon. The first one's going to end tomorrow. That's to should we begin negotiations over the coach's contract? That vote ends tomorrow. And then the MyFC Cup preseason tournament. That vote ends on the 9th, Wednesday the 9th. And that's about looking into a preseason tournament with other member-owned teams, such as Squadra Mia in Italy and the German club Fortuna Cologne. I don't have a clue how to pronounce my football club in German, so I won't even try. You've got your regular articles. There was a game against Farnborough. We lost. Let's move on. Now, there's an interesting article. I had to look at it twice because I wasn't quite sure the first time. Mr. Kevin Glover will march to Welling and raise funds for the fleet. So that's the match against Welling in March. And he'll march. Okay, get it. He's marching to Welling to raise funds for the fleet, but only if 50 people pledge 50 pence a mile. So far, 26 people have pledged. 50 pence a mile, 10 miles should be 5 pounds. 50 pleasures, 250 pounds. That's a nice sum. Go to the Absolute website. On that website, as well as MYFC, you can read about Chris Henry leaving us. Unfortunately, with Chris, it just didn't work out. We wish him well and thank you for your service to the fleet. He'd been at the fleet since 2009, starting on the team. He worked his way through the ranks. And again, this is football. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. But again, wish you all the best. Now, you can also catch up on the match reports from past games on the Absolute website. Next up for the fleet, Tuesday at home against Eastleigh. Never an easy match. Well, here are the websites. Don't forget, myfootballclub.co.uk, all your MyFootball Club news. AbsoleteUnited.co.uk, all your Absolute news. On Facebook at facebook.com/myfootballclub. On Twitter, twitter.com/myfootballclub. We've got MyFC merchandise. That page is growing all the time. myfootballclub.bigcartel.com. You can always adopt a player. myfootballclub.co.uk /adopt a player. And still going, 30-day free trial. Give it a shot. myfctrial.com. Until the next time, this is your humble narrator signing off. Up the fleet.
1, 2, 1, 2. There's a dark and a troubled side to life. There's a bright and a sunny side too. Though we keep with the darkness and strive, the sunny side you also make you. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day, it will brighten all the way, if we keep on the sunny side of life. Though the storm and its furies rage today, crushing dreams that we cherish so dear, the clouds and storms will in time pass away. The sun again will shine bright and clear. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day, it will brighten all the way, if we keep on the sunny side of life. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day, it will brighten all the way, if we keep on the sunny side of life. If we keep on the sunny side of life. He's getting over walking pneumonia. You have to get him out of bed.